Let's talk about relationships, behaviors, and the culture. Welcome to DZone. Yeah, we taking over. You might be alone or looking for love. We're live every Monday. Listen to us. Sit back and relax. Tune in and take a listen. Funny to the max. DZone's what you missing. There's no judgment here. We get deep in the zone. Open conversations go on and on. We too hype on the mic and stay true to ourselves. Just like an open book, we tell how we feel. This right here is for the sexy and grown. Turn the volume up, cause it's the DZone.
Yeah. What it do? It's your girl D-Nice right here. It's your girl D-Nice. Listen, shout out to Pure Less. Listen, she killed my intro right there. Shout out to Pure Less. Listen, it's your girl D-Nice right here. Welcome to the DZone Podcast. It is February 20th, 2023. Welcome. Listen, I got a bomb-ass topic today. Like, today's topic is crazy because it's what's been going on social media right now. But before I get into that, listen, I need you to follow my podcast page on Instagram at the DZone Podcast. Also, like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube at the DZone Podcast. Listen, I need you to help me. Shout out to my new followers because we're almost at 200. And listen, that's a big milestone. All grassroots, you feel me? Nothing bought, you feel me? People who's actually subscribing to the DZone. I appreciate you. I really do. Thank you so much. All right, listen. If you want to be a part of tonight's show, it's simple. It's very simple. All you have to do is call in at 443-961-2247. That is 443-961-2247. And tonight's topic is toxic the new norm in relationships? Is that the new norm in relationships? It's toxicity. Why is toxicity accepted in relationships today? And this is what sparked this whole conversation, and it has everything to do with my man from Virginia, Chris Breezy, okay? Chris Brown came on social media, and he clearly said, you know what? If y'all still hate me for a mistake I made at 17 years old, please kiss my whole entire ass. I'm fucking 33. I'm so tired of y'all running with the narrative. You weird ass niggas are the same ones that tune in every week to see Blueface and Krishan beat the mess out of each other in front of the world. But that's okay. It's entertainment for y'all. He said, man, that's disrespect. He said disrespectfully, like not respectfully, disrespectfully. Do you agree with Chris Brown? I do. We got my girl, Legend, in the building. She's going to be chiming in with me. I think it is like we are normalizing toxicity right now. I feel like that. I feel like, even with the Khloe Kardashian and the Tristan Thompsons, right? Because Tristan Thompson, he keeps cheating on Khloe. All she do is keep running back and having more babies by the man. Like, is that normal? Is that okay? I'm just saying. Talk to me.
I had to laugh at you, but honestly, as much as you want to sit up here and say, is it normal? Actually, it is. It's just now that we live in today's society, whereas though you can see it immediately. But these things have been happening for years. My thing is though, is because at one point in time, I remember people used to hold people accountable for beating people up, like men beating women up. For instance, Chris Brown and Rihanna, right? We held him accountable for putting his hands on a woman. But now that Blueface and Krishan, they have a whole TV reality show on Zeus Network who were like, now they're getting paid off of this. You understand what I'm saying? We are seeing the drama and everything, and it's okay. They go to jail. He talks down on her, and yet we tune in. We don't say nothing about that. Yet he's not in jail. Nothing's like, you understand what I'm saying? Why is that okay? I'm not saying that it is okay. However, this is something, one more time, that has been happening forever, and they pick and choose who they want to hold accountable. There has been incidents reported in the past where people have seen things like this. It is just the fact that it's just pick and choose. And right now, whether we hate it or love it, to say what sells in the media, what do people really want to see? So we should be asking ourselves, not the people who are doing these actions, but the people who are encouraging this. That's what I'm saying.
The people who are encouraging us.
Well, not me. Not no more.
Well, not me, but I ain't gonna hold you. I used to look at Krishan because I'm like, yo, she's from Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? She's from West Side Baltimore, and like what's going on? And then now you start to look at the stuff, and you're like, hold up. I was looking at things prior to her life. She was lit, like a track star, beautiful. She got scholarships from Baltimore to California. She was doing her thing. My thing is that how come we don't recognize red flags?
Because
this is my thing. This is the reason why I feel like we don't recognize red flags as human beings. You ready? The reason why is because I feel like we don't do the work. And what I mean by that is that we don't do the healing process of, like, before going into another situation. We do not handle our situation before we go into another one, if that makes sense. So for instance, or that's one instance, right? Then we have another instance where, maybe you saw this when you were brought up. This is rooted in you. This is embedded in you. And then you don't know because it's normalized because it's been happening for so long. It is now normalized in your life to the point where you think that is okay. I feel like those are the two things that, when we don't, like, why don't we see these red flags up front? You know what I mean? That's my reason.
I agree with you 100%, especially with your second narrative, because how can you identify anything you don't know you're doing anything wrong?
Facts.
You can't identify red flags if they were never conceived to be red flags to you. It just always gets to the point where you finally say, hey, I'm tired.
Facts.
Right? I can't speak too much or down talk Blueface or Krishan. And the reason why I say that, because I was that for many years. And I thought it was normal, but there was just hurting people. We didn't know how to deal with our emotions, and we weren't emotionally intelligent until it was time where I was tired and wanted something different. Hey, this isn't right. And from your first thing when you said people you see it your whole life, my father used to beat on my mom, and beat on us. So it's more like, okay, though I thought I was doing something different because I would fight back. She never fought back. Right? Oh, I'll never be that weak. I'll never let nobody just beat on me and I don't fight back. But that still doesn't make it right. And most of the time I was the aggressor in a lot of situations. So like you said, it's just embedded in you.
So my question is, when do we start taking responsibilities as adults to change the cycle, break the cycle? I mean, my thing is, we all, isn't it an excuse when you say I've been through, something you've seen your whole life. Is that an excuse? Or, you just don't know how to deal with it? Or, you know what I'm saying? How does someone like that ask for help? Because hurt people, like you said, hurt people. They will continue on, and then they will hurt people, and then now the good people will now hurt people, and now they just fucking up the whole church. Like, you like, God damn, no, there's no good people out here. But then all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying, you find, maybe, what is it? Why can't we see the red flags? Listen, I need y'all to call in right now. 443-961-2247. Let me know. Call in right now. Let me know. Why can't, as human beings, can't we see the red flags at first sight? Like, on first hand, when we meet somebody, the charming, why can't we look past the bullshit? Why don't everybody have discernment? Like, why? You know what I'm saying? Like, what, you know what I mean?
So discernment is something you develop over time.
True.
With life experiences. And how do you ask for help when you don't feel like it's a problem? And then when you feel like it's a problem, you think it's really not that bad. It just comes when you start doing work on self, then you're able to identify the difference in certain stuff. But you have a comment.
I see.
Let's pull it up.
I remember when I used to be hooked on toxicity, like my relationship had to have some type of toxic shit for me to be in that relationship.
Yeah. Yep. I agree 100%.
Like dealing with somebody who's married, or dealing with somebody who's already in a committed relationship. You know this shit. You know this shit. Damn. But the question is, you know what I mean? Like, do we attract that? Is that an attraction? If we talking about some real shit.
So we talking about laws of attraction.
If we talk about some real shit, let's talk about it. You know what I mean? If we're gonna talk about some real shit, let's get into it, because that's what we attract. Why? Because we haven't done the work. I mean, as bad as it sounds, as real it is, it's just that's just what it is. You haven't done the work. You haven't closed certain doors, and now you are attracting things that no longer serve you. But you know what I mean? That's just what it is.
It's an addiction. And when you create, the brain is so powerful. We're going to talk about some real shit. Let's talk about some real
Let's
shit.
go in.
Right? Your brain, you have the power to manifest whatever you want. So any insecurities, that shadow work, that dark stuff that you may not even speak of or even think that is an issue with you, it is embedded in your brain.
Facts.
So with that being said, yes, we are what we attract. But at the same time, how do you know what you're attracting if you don't know what you are? That's all I'm saying. You got another comment.
So it's work. It's work that needs to be done. Just like,
how you gonna work if you don't know what you're working on?
but the thing is that I think that's when we need to take the time out to recognize, like, we have to stay still. Like, we have to understand us. We have to dive in within. Like, I don't think people understand, like, we're not on this earth just to be here. We have something to do. Everybody has something to do. It is your job to figure it out. Now, we all go through trials and tribulations, and we all get sidetracked. I do too. We all do. But it's your job to get back on track and figure out what it is. You have to dive deep. You have to. And healing is a part of that journey. Like, you have to heal. You have to be the person to say, you know what? The little me, you know what? I love you. Thank you. You taught me so much, but now I say goodbye to you. I close that door because now the new me is about to make you proud. You know what I mean? In order to have successful relationships, and I'm not just talking about in like sexual relationships. This is like parent relationships, sister, brother, family, best friends. It's important to have the conversations. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And not even just having the conversations. Let's be honest here, right? The part of healing is your tribe and the people that you surround yourself. We all have an idea of what we want to do, but in some form or fashion, we feel like, I'm getting feedback, feels like we can't accomplish those things. And you only feel like you can't accomplish those things because of the people you are around or the things that you are into.
Facts.
So you have to change that. When they say, and I don't sound cliche-ish, change your people, places, and things, that is so important.
So wait. Because I don't want to put this out there, but I just want to make it. So do you know that saying, birds of a feather flock
together?
Do you think that's a true statement? Let's talk about that.
It is in some type of characteristic. Yes.
Right.
If we're talking laws of attraction, if we're talking about growth and what you do, yes, you do attract different parts of yourself. But then at the same time, you still hold on. Like you said, you haven't closed those quite doors of those. So why are you still being allowed to be around this behavior if this is not your characteristics? And I don't want to hear, oh, I don't judge people. No, I don't want to hear that you're not judging. Yeah, we're not here to judge. However, why are you encouraging this behavior if you do not agree?
So then you have some people on the other hand who says, you know what? I cannot be influenced. So it's not me encouraging the behavior. Maybe I look deeper past what they are doing. You feel me? Because maybe they are really a good person, but the bullshit that they're doing, I look past that.
I think it's a bunch of bullshit. Crock of shit, if you ask me, because you are encouraging it. I don't want anybody around me who ain't moving how I'm moving. And when I say moving for greatness, understand their godlike nature, understanding that our energy is positive, and you have to be also a healer as well, because healers need healing. That's my quote. Don't patent it, y'all. Healers forget that they need healing. So I'm putting myself in this space. I am not vibrating on a low frequency anymore. So why would I continue to be around stuff that people are doing their fleshly or their worldly things? I know that I'm just having a human experience.
Real shit. And at the end of the day, that's what we attract. You attract that. So I think that, let's see, it says people having an open mind is very important. Listening is also important. Absolutely. You have to do the work. I don't care. I might be 35 years old, but guess what? I know some shit because why? I did the work. I attracted what I wanted. Everything in my life, I manifested everything in my life. And how I did that was I had to get rid of toxicity. I had to cut people off. And maybe I did things like a little wrong. And I will be the one to say that. Maybe I was I cut you off with no remorse or whatever. But I'm sorry. I had to do that to make sure that I had me first. I had to take care of me. And there was no hard feelings. Came back and I had to do what I did. You know what I'm saying? Sorry what I did. You know what I mean? But we have to do the work. In order for you to be in any type of successful anything, you have to do the work. What does the work look like? To me, the work looks like, and I think the work looks different for everybody, right? Because we're not the same. We all go through different trials and tribulations. But for me, I could talk about me because I went through the experience. The work looks like for me is, staying still. And what I mean by that is not going out, being inside of my house, being one with myself, taking spiritual baths, meditating, understanding, reading a lot, just understanding what I like, what I don't like, dating myself. And what I meant by dating is not necessarily going out, more so going to like the waters and going to nature and just feeling one with the universe and things like that, becoming balanced and aligned. And then once I've done that, everything just came so easily, from relationships to materialistic things. So that's what the work looked like to me. No. Legend, what the work look like to you? It might look a little different.
Baby.
Your trials is different from my tribulation. You feel me?
That is a fact. Isolation, I will say we have that in common because you have to shut out the world. Mm-hmm. And the biggest problem that we have as individuals is shutting out the world. That means everything you were ever known to believe or anything that you were programmed to believe, let's put it like that, is not really what it is. You have to listen to what's inside.
Facts.
And that's what it was for me, was to isolate myself completely and get rid of these relationships and understand the purpose that people serve for the time that they were in my life. Reevaluated those relationships. What did I learn from them? And is this someone I should continue, or did our paths meet a dead end and I was supposed to bust a U and go somewhere else? So I'll say that. And then self-talk. Self-talk for myself, because I haven't, like I said, I used to be them. That anger, that explosion, I don't care. That's what it was. But again, that was hurt. So then you got to deal with those hurt. What is hurting? What am I insecure about? Why am I upset? Why am I reacting in these ways? So it's the what, where, and why, understanding the power of my mind. So every day is a struggle. But you got some comments and you need to.
Let's listen to these comments. Let's go.
Really turned in.
Let's go. Who we got? Okay, so Robbie Queen. Shout out to my Robbie Queen right there. We can flock together. Doesn't always have to be a bad though.
That's true.
That is true. It's on this is my mama from another mother. The work can also happen when you walk away, but it also depends on the situation. Some people with children in bad relationships are harder. Facts. Let's talk about it really quickly. Let's talk about this real quick. I'm a lesbian woman who loves women. And a lot of women out here have children. I have dealt with women in my past who had children. I no longer want to deal with women who have children. Okay. And it's only because it's nothing against women with children, right? I love kids. Like I feel like I'm a mentor. My thing is that I just don't have the patience. I know my capacity level of attention for me. I think it's important for me to have all the love. I want to love on my person and get to know my person before, a child gets into the world. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the benefit of being a lesbian, right? Because we can make choices. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We can get in the bedroom and some things happen and you know what I mean? You won't get pregnant. I mean, that's just the benefit, okay? But you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just me, though. That's me. Call me whatever you want to call me, but I'm not saying that I don't want to have children. I'm just saying at the beginning, dealing with a woman with children is a lot. Your time is no longer your time. Like, I can't sit here and say, yo, Legend, I need you to come over right now or whatever. You gonna be like, hey, yo, I gotta put my kids to sleep. I gotta make sure they ate. I gotta make sure they did this. On me, on the other hand, I'd be like, yo, you want me to come over? I'm on my way. Our time is different. And I don't believe
priorities, not so much our time.
Our priorities are different. So in my mind, I'd be like, you know what? I need somebody with the same priorities, no children, who can move like I can move.
And nothing's wrong with that.
And who can step like I can step.
Nothing's wrong with
Shout out to my boo who can step like I can step.
Shout out, hey girl. I would say yes, it is harder for people with children, only to speak on my own experience. There's no thing. I have an oldest child, he's freaking 20, believe it or not, and my youngest is 10, and I was with someone for 11 and a half years. So part of that why I stayed was because I didn't want to be a statistic. I did not want to be what society said. So that's doing the work.
But Legend, so you were being mistreated?
Of course.
Okay, but you were being mistreated and still staying in this situation.
Yes.
And it's only because you didn't want to be a statistic.
More than one reason. That was one.
Okay, that was one of the reasons.
Yes.
Okay, so so we can say that you cared about what people thought.
Yes, at that time. Hell yeah.
Okay, so
I was a teen parent.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
More than one child father.
Absolutely.
And then I'm in it, and we've been together for a long time. And I grew up with this notion. Please, women, I swear to God, please let this bury. You do not have to be a ride or die. You do not want to die, because you will literally die with your soul.
Wow.
You will literally die with your emotions and your mental.
Wow.
Kick that shit to the curb.
Yeah,
seriously.
absolutely.
And that is why when she said it's harder, it was harder because I didn't want to have that broken family, because I had a broken family. My mother and father was married, but it was toxic. You understand? And then they separated. So I was like, I'm going to do it different. But even though it's toxic, we got to make this work. So I agree with your mother from another. She got the same last name too.
Already,
Right,
yes.
And
Puerto Rican. Puerto Rican in the building. Already. Let's see, we got some more.
Another one. Let me
Go to Yolanda.
Sure.
What we got? Yolanda said
I
something.
skipped her. I'm sorry.
No, you good. Let's see what Yolanda said. Yolanda, people think being toxic is entertaining. That is what gets all likes and popularity. Major mother facts. Real talk. Real talk. Like, because that's what's popping right now. Social media has a big thing to do with toxicity. I believe that. I mean, we all can choose who we follow, who we subscribe to, right? Yes. But like, the fact that the whole world knows about Blueface and Krishan is because the media heightens it. You know what I mean? Like, they normalize this shit. And it's just crazy. And it's hard to find somebody like someone like myself. Like, I can't believe I found someone the way, like, who I'm with.
But why? Why would you sit up here and say that?
And that's crazy.
And that's why I'm challenging
no,
you.
Let's go. And let me tell you why. Because the mindset that I had.
There we go.
The mindset that I had was like, there's nobody out here who doesn't have children. There's nobody out here who isn't toxic free. There's nobody out here who doesn't talk to their exes while they're in situations. Why? Because I've already experienced this. I've been engaged before. Mind you, the person that I was engaged to cheated on me. Found them at a hotel. You feel me?
I hear you. I feel you.
So that was some hurt shit. Found them at a hotel with another sex. Like, that was fucked up. I was hurt, damaged. You understand? So I had to do the work to heal from that so that I would not move forward and, poison the next person.
I understand.
You know what I mean? And so in my mind, I'm like, yo, there's people out here who don't do that.
Yes.
But I mean, now I know because I'm one of those people.
Exactly.
I'm one of those people I'm one of those people who make sure I handle what I gotta handle before I move on. Hence, there's no drama in my life. Hence, I try to go on a TV show, they deny me because there was no drama in my life. I swear, the true story.
I totally agree with you when you say that, but if you keep saying there's no one out here that's like,
I hurry.
none of that,
I got it.
then you're gonna keep.
Yeah, you're right, and I please forgive me because I already have her, so I'm good.
Yes, you do.
Not everyone built for that.
Wait, what did he say?
Not everyone built for that, but desire for that special person will make you
want to adjust.
That is true.
That is true.
That is true.
Shout out
to Leon.
We said it at the same time.
That is true.
Yes.
There is, and I feel like that too. I feel like there is that one person who can just let you know that it's worth it. It's worth loving this person. It's safe loving this person. It's okay to love this person. You are safe with them. I believe that.
I believe that too. So let me play devil's advocate on this. I love to do this. Stir the pot just
Let's
a little. And it's a little toxic. So when you say you meet that one person and they make you want to adjust, but like you brought up, what if they're already married or in a relationship.
Ooh.
That's also considered toxic, correct?
That is definitely toxic. But my thing is that why did you even allow it to even get that far if you already know the situation?
Sometimes energy. I'm just saying.
True.
You meet people at the wrong place.
So
So
what the
how do
fuck
we
are you
normalize that? How do we make that okay?
That is true.
We shouldn't
Oh my
always
God.
just go to the physical, right? Because we think you saying Krishan, we think in the physical and the narcissism and the mental, but let's go to the emotional aspect of it.
True.
Right? The emotional aspect. Let's break it. We're gonna talk. Go on now. So listen, I see your face. I need some feedback from that.
That was good.
I'm good at
No,
that.
real shit. Now listen, I need y'all to call us up 443-961-2247. Call me up right now. Comment on what y'all saying. Just don't write in the comments. We want to hear your voice. But wow, what do you do? Now listen, I've never been in this situation. Now I will say this. In my past, when I was younger, I did deal with a married woman, but she was married to another woman.
But
I
that didn't make it okay.
It didn't make it okay. I was toxic. Like I was toxic as fuck.
But to who law is that make it okay? Yeah, I'm gonna throw a curveball in there on you. We're gonna talk because people will consider that being toxic behavior.
That is definitely toxic, but like the energy was crazy, like you said. But my thing is that was it really energy? Did I recognize it as energy, or was it a sexual attraction? Because Shorty had a fat ass.
Oh my God.
So to me, now that I'm here as an adult, I'm thinking it was just the fat ass. So
well, it could have just been just a fat ass for you, but on other people levels,
it'd be spiritually,
yes, and you have other people who really be having other relationships,
real shit,
outside of their other relationship,
real shit.
And isn't that considered toxic?
That is toxic. I think so. Because the person doesn't know about the other person, right?
Yeah, I guess.
So you're cheating. So you're cheating. So you're cheating, and so one partner doesn't know about the other. What's going? Yes, that's toxic as fuck. Because now you're not an adult. Like fuck the shit. Like fuck. Let's stop making excuses. Fuck this whole spiritual shit. If we gonna do it, let's do it. It's your job. What's up? It's your job to, as an adult, to come to that person and say, "Hey, listen." Whether it be your wife, i.e., your husband, and say, "Listen, I no longer feel this way. I no longer whatever." I feel some type of way. I think we need to go through our divorce. Whatever. You need to, before you move into the next stage of your life. And the person who you are spiritually feeling, they need to understand that too. Sometimes it can be, yeah.
See? That's what I'm saying. That one right there that's a hard topic to dive into and say toxic, because you're gonna hear people say, "Hey, maybe it's not, maybe it is."
But it is. It's definitely toxic to me. Like just an outsider look who doesn't have children, and maybe that's why I look at it that way. Because to me, I don't understand. Like, I feel like we're all adults, right? So it's your responsibility to go to your partner, whether you're whatever, and tell them what the fuck is going on. Nobody should have to wonder what's going on in your relationship. No matter what.
Well, have you ever heard of that saying, ignorance is bliss?
I mean, I hear you. Toxic. See what I'm saying? Toxic.
I'm just throwing it out there what some people would probably say.
Toxic.
That's all I'm saying. So you consider that 100% toxic?
Hell yeah, it's toxic. If you feel some type of way, you feel some type of way about somebody else, don't act on it, right? But you could still have that feeling. But it's your job as an adult to go to your spouse or whoever that you were currently committed to and express to them what the fuck you feel like, what it is that you're going to do. Because I just seen this shit on BMF. Okay. All right. I just seen this shit on BMF. I don't know if y'all seen the latest episode of BMF, but it was the mother and the father of, the little two drug dealers or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. The father, I guess he was feeling some type of way. He wasn't getting his attention. So what did he do? He went out, he went to a party. He got invited to a party from his lady friend. He went out, he didn't do any, it was very innocent. They was dancing. It was cool. Next thing you know, they was drinking a little bit. Well, he didn't drink. She was drinking. By the time he was leaving, she seduced him. They had sex. That same night he goes home. His wife says, "Baby, I'm going to do everything in my power to fix this. I'm so sorry." You know what I'm saying? And then she gave him some ass the same night. See what I'm saying? If that man would have just went home and just talked to his wife and say, "You know what? Look, this is what it is, baby. This is what I'm feeling like." She would have then came to him and say, "You know what, baby? This is what I'm feeling like." And then they would have, no? Is that not realistic?
You never know.
I'm just saying.
You never know.
Why is that okay? Normalizing toxicity. That's all I'm saying.
Listen, I can't even begin to say what it is and what
Starts
it
with
isn't.
the TV, BMF.
It starts with the TV.
BMF.
Oh my gosh. Maybe it's people principle and people feel like they get stuck in this one mode when they should just be free to do whatever they want to do.
If that's the case, then never commit. That should be the disclaimer at the beginning. Everybody look into Kennan.
So you think that no one should commit if they're not going to be with one person? Are you fine with them committing with multiple people? Or
It depends. Me?
I'm just asking.
Me?
I'm just asking.
You asking me, am I okay with somebody, like my partner committed with multiple people?
Yeah.
Fuck no.
All right, that's toxic.
That's me.
I was just being extra.
That's me. But Nick Cannon? He's definitely like that. Listen, he's very open to his partners. He's telling them what it is. He's telling them how it is. And they all agree. Hence all the damn babies he got from all different baby mamas. But they have an agreement. I can respect that. Why? Because there's nobody in the dark. Shade Room, and if he even tried to do it in the dark, Shade Room would expose the shit the next day. It's just fucked up.
That's true. We do live in a society about that. So that's so toxic. So how do you feel about other people putting their nose in other people's business? Because that's also toxic too. We spread the rumors. So you're saying, you just said this is the new relationships we're talking about, even from your parents. You said healing that from your sister, from your brother, siblings, and friendships. Let's top on that because we always go so much into that aspect. But do you know how much that you are verbally and emotionally and mentally drained from your friends from toxic behavior?
Real shit. I mean, I think that's important. I mean, I think that, again, we have to set boundaries. We have to set boundaries as we have to recognize, again, it comes with work, right? It comes with understanding what you will accept and what you don't accept as a person, right? So like my capacity and your capacity is two different capacities, right? You can probably take on listening 24/7 of people's problems and not take on that shit. Whereas me, I listen to one motherfucking problem and I want to kill everybody who ever been in their life who did them wrong. You understand what I'm saying? So I think it's also, just learning who you are as a human being, right? 1. 2, once you learn your capacity level, I think you need to mind your business and drink your water. I think that's important because I think we tend, like, it's like this. When you're in a relationship, how many times have we been in a relationship and, something's going bad in our relationship and we go straight to our mother, our cousins, whatever, and we talk bad about our relationship.
Yeah.
And now our cousin, brother, whatever, they now have like this bad persona of our person. But when we come to the family function, we're good and good. Like everything's peaches and cream. And now my partner is looking at my cousin like, why the fuck are you looking at me like that? You understand what I'm saying? The dynamic. Mind your business. Everybody don't need to know anything. I don't care, family or not. I think it's important for us as a couple that you resolve your issues within. That's the secret back in the day.
That's true.
That's the secret back in the day. Well, you go to documentaries and people who's been married for 73 years and they say, what's the secret? Yo, we don't leave the house. We go downstairs in the basement. We go upstairs in the bathroom. And then we come back and we talk about the shit.
That is true.
You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. There was no social media. We got to stop doing that shit. Mm-hmm. That's the young generation.
Toxic behavior.
That is definitely toxic
behavior.
behavior.
You can't really say young generation because I've been seeing people in our age bracket. Let's be honest.
We fell into the trap.
I'm like, what are you doing?
We fell into the trap.
Why are you on social media crying?
We definitely fell into the trap.
Like that's another story.
I mean, this is a side note. Like, real, yo, can y'all motherfuckers stop posting y'all hospital videos and pictures? Like, nigga, you supposed to be sick. Like, just stop. Like, stop showing us the IV that you in the hospital. Didn't you already call out of work? Like, it's okay.
Okay, so let me ask you a question back to your topic. Let me bring you back.
Sorry.
You said that everyone has to do the work, right?
Mm-hmm.
You gave us an example of what your work looks like, what you had to do for self. So we said set boundaries, correct?
Facts.
Give us a list of some of your boundaries that some people may be able to take that who's going to be watching your show later or watching now.
All right, boundaries to me look like this. I can't say for everybody else, but my boundaries look like this. If someone calls me, right? And all they do is gossip. Like, I mean, they're talking about Keisha and Levon and Tyrone. And listen, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set a boundary. And what I'm going to do is I'm like, yo, I'm going to call you back. And now when that person calls me, I'm not going to probably answer the phone all the time for them. Right? I'm going to only answer the time when maybe I have time to the capacity level to listen to this bullshit. And then if it gets too overwhelming, I might even set them aside. Hey, listen, you know what I'm saying? You know, when you call me, can you talk about something else? Like something that's going to make me grow. Something that's going to help me out. Like I pour into you. You know, something like that. That's what I look like. I mean, all my friends know it. That's why I don't have no friends. Because they don't want to hear that shit.
So that's your boundary for your friends.
Yeah.
Now, what is your boundary that you set for your family?
It's pretty much the same.
You sure?
But my thing is for my family is this. We're a tight knit family, so I mean I think we give each other grace. I can't really say nothing crazy about my family. The boundary is, you know, I just tell them, you know, my business is my business. You know what I mean? Like, you know, what goes on in my relationship is my relationship.
Ooh, sorry, that was me. I'm sorry.
I try not to bring my relationship to my family, if that makes sense. What I mean by that is if there's something going on with me and my person, I'm not about to vent that to my family, only because like I need to work that out with my person and not my family. So that's the side of boundary that I would set. I don't go back and just tell, you know what I'm saying, like about what's going on in like, you know, my personal life, something that I can fix, if that makes sense.
Okay, and now we hit friends, we hit family. Now, what is a boundary using your now relationship? Not past, but now.
You talking about like relationship, like
yes,
girlfriend?
The person that you're with, your partner, your girl.
What is our boundary?
What is yours?
My boundary
that you have for her. Because relationships are different.
Yeah.
So you should have different boundaries. And some of those boundaries can be the same.
Yeah.
But what is the one that you set? Like, listen, this is it. We can't cross this. Yeah, I got you now.
You know she watching like this.
I know. I mean, but I'm just saying.
I mean, the boundary I think is, you know, we do a lot of talking. We do a lot of communicating. And I think it's more so like when I feel a certain way, I tell her how I feel immediately. It's no waiting. It's no festering. It's no allowing that to linger. It's none of that. It's literally, hey, listen, you know, this is how I feel. And then we literally work that shit out right then and there. Like,
so you would say your boundary isn't no waiting for tomorrow to deal with an issue.
Facts.
We can deal with today.
We deal with all our issues right then and there. Like real shit. Like I haven't, so far in my relationship, we haven't had a situation go over to the next day.
Okay.
I can definitely say that.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
So what made you get to that point where you knew that you had to do that? Because normally people let things fester. I'm not emotionally and mentally stable for this at this moment. I can't talk about it. What made you get to that space?
I think, you know, the experience, you know, being through certain situations prior, you know what I'm saying? Like being through, you know, my relationships prior with when it came down to, you know, I'm a person who actually pay attention. I don't know. I have this thing where I recognize what's happening in my life. So I recognized at one point that I was shutting down, and I understood that shutting down didn't help me. Then I started recognizing,
that's toxic.
Right. Mm-hmm. So then I started recognizing, like, because it wasn't the fact that the reason why I was shutting down is because of the person that I was with was not allowing me to talk about how I felt. And so then what I did was I said, you know what? I will no longer accept that type of behavior. Right. So now,
boundaries.
Right.
Okay,
so that's the boundary. So now that I recognize what I no longer accept, now I'm going to only accept certain things. You know what I mean? Right. She's funny. I was later.
She's funny. I had to say that. I had to put that.
Right. I was later.
And then she said,
it doesn't matter. It's the same day.
Y'all don't roll over the next day. That's perfect. I love that.
See?
I love all of that, and I commend you for that. And if most people can
it's
do
just,
that,
yeah.
then it's not. So here's my other question for you.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about boundaries with your family. Mm-hmm. We talked about boundaries with your friends. We talk about boundaries with your boo. Hey, boo. Your relationship. Now, what are the boundaries and the non-toxic behavior that you set for self? Because the relationship with self is more important.
Absolutely. Again, I listen to my friends. I listen to the people around me. So the people that that are around me, they tend to, you know, tell you about yourself. So I tend to ask questions like, yo, did I say that the wrong, you know, did I do this? You know what I'm saying? I am open-minded. As my second mother said, like, I am open-minded to accepting criticism for growth, because I understand that is a part of growth. You know, I might not see some things that you see. And I tell my girl this all the time. I'm like, yo, if you see something, you know what I'm saying, don't wait. Tell me right away, because there's no point. Like, it's like, you know, you can't tell a dog, you can't discipline a dog for eating out the trash when he ate out the trash at 9 a.m. You can't discipline him at 10 p.m. It don't make sense.
Sure.
He ain't gonna know what the fuck you fucking him up for. You gotta tell him right then and there. So it's the same thing applies. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So that's my shit. Like, you gotta tell me right then and there, like, right then and there.
Okay, so I hear you saying other people telling you, but what do you tell yourself? What do you tell yourself? What are the boundaries you set for yourself? Because you know there's things you do or have done that could be considered toxic.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's more so of me. I am too, as a Sagittarius, I am too forefront. Like, I am too honest. Some people don't need that. Some people just need an ear to hear. But again, that took me time to recognize. I recognize when my friends would be like, I'm going to call you back. 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 When I was trying to give advice, and I recognized, like, okay, damn, maybe they didn't want to hear that. Maybe they just wanted me to listen. So that is something, again, I took time out to figure out what it is. You know what I mean? It's a self-awareness. You understand what I'm saying? So I definitely did that. You know, I'm a person who just, you know, I'm like, okay, you want me to, and I ask the questions. You know, what you want me to do today? You want me to talk or you want me to listen? Because I'm going to give you my advice, because I'm a talker.
We know.
Or you want me to listen. And if you want me to, you know, and I think that's important too. I think it's important for us to give our friends disclaimers, just as well as asking them, is it okay to dump on them?
Agreed.
Because dumping on them can be another toxic behavior. That's energy. Mm-hmm. That's a lot of energy that, you know, you gotta ask a person to take on.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Like, so again, like, I tell my friends, you want me to listen? Or, you know, right before I could even start talking, I'm like, wait. You want me to listen or you want me to just talk? Girl, I just want you to listen. All right, no problem, my bad. You know what I mean? And it's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's okay.
Start normalizing that.
Absolutely.
I love that. So for your listeners at home, what are some things that you would want them to recognize for their self, besides saying work, that they know that they need work?
I think I just want my listeners to stop. Be still. Listen within. Because when you listen, like, I swear you get all the answers. Like, all the answers lie within. Any question that you have lies within. And if you don't believe me, just try it. I swear, just try it and come back. Call my show, 443-961-2247. Let me know. Let me know if I'm wrong. But I promise you, if you just stay still and you just ask the question, the answer will come. I'm not saying the answer will come right in that moment. It could. But it will come, and it will come in the form of a person, something on TV, multiple times. It can come in multiple forms, but you have to be ready to and be willing to receive what you ask for. That's why they say be careful with what you ask for, because when you ask for something, it really comes, good or bad. Mm-hmm. So, you know, I want my listeners to understand, yo, just be still. You know, you want that relationship, be still. You know what I mean? You know, let's just say don't talk about doing the work, but doing the work is important. You know what I mean? Being still is part of that. You know what I mean? Like, also, and then make wise decisions. Know the rights and the wrongs. Mm-hmm. You know, be more strategic with your emotions, with your plans, what you're going to do. You know what I mean? Before you make a move. It's okay. It's called growing up. It's okay. You know what I mean? Because once you start taking care of you and you start doing what you need to do for you, I swear to you, everything that you ever wanted in life will come. It will just flow in. I swear. I swear.
I love it. And that was really good for you to share that and be vulnerable at this moment. Absolutely. With your listeners, right? Because in relationships is important. That's what the D-Zone is all about. All right. We're going to go there. We're going to go there as far as your relationships and you being transparent with everyone. So thank you for being able and being strong enough to say and giving that advice to your listeners.
Already. Is that time?
No, you got about 15 minutes?
I got 15 minutes.
I
Listen.
think so, yeah. You got
Okay, listen, hold up. Listen, if you are now watching I got 3 people watching the DZone. Listen, I am taking your calls. 443-961-2247. We doing shout outs. We doing anything. Listen, call me up right now. If you want to even talk about, just highlight about what we just talked about, toxic relationships. Have you ever experienced a toxic relationship? What are the signs of toxic relationships? Anything. How did you get over your toxic relationship? Call us up right now, 443-961-2247. All I'm gonna say is that, I ain't perfect. I ain't no doctor. I ain't nothing like that. But I can tell you what worked for me. And everything I said on here worked for me. And I'm not gonna say it's gonna work for you because my journey is different from your journey. You know what I'm saying? My bag is different from your bag.
Okay.
Okay, I got bitches that's different from your bitches.
Here you go. You always gotta turn it left. We was going somewhere. I felt like we was going to the mountaintop, and then we just fell back down. We fell back down with facts. I just also want to point out, like you said, people may need professional help.
Yeah.
There is things that need to happen for others to be better in life. So just let them know if they identify. Oh, she chopped.
Yeah, I'm reading her comments.
I'm so
hold
sorry,
on. What she
Let
say?
me put this on the screen so y'all can know this is toxic. Look.
She said, cause I chop you sometimes. Toxic.
Just a little joke.
She said, you dump on me, but don't notice. That is true. See, I didn't notice. But see, I didn't notice, babe. I didn't notice. So now that you're saying that, I'm now going to ask questions before I dump. I think that's important. It's called communication.
That is very important. And okay, so that's another thing. Do you think that people who don't understand different forms of communication could be considered toxic?
I don't think it's toxic. I think it's a lack of communication.
But what if, like you said earlier, my level, my understanding is different from yours.
True.
So again, you don't think that the communication breakdown could be considered toxic, especially if you're not trying to learn.
Maybe that is a component.
Okay.
Maybe that is a component of toxicity.
And
right?
why do you feel like maybe?
Because I feel like, there's a part of people who don't know. And there's a part of people who do know and just refuse to fucking talk, who just shuts down just because.
I know some people like,
you know what I'm saying, who just be like, who knows what they're doing, and who just like refuses, who just be like, yo, fuck it, like, you know what, because they've realized their energy. They realize, like, you know what, if I continue this conversation, I might fucking go, you know what I mean, like
psycho. Not
even psycho, just go 0 to 100. As fire signs, I think we go 0 to 100 real quick.
I think so too. What do y'all think? Y'all think so? I mean,
is he? We got all 5 signs in.
Yeah, he's
you're Aries. Okay, so you're a 5 sign. So you understand. So 0 to 100 real quick.
You can get on the mic if you want.
Yeah, you can. And my thing is like you, but I'm an adult now to the point where I don't allow myself to allow somebody to take me to 0 to 100 real quick.
True.
If that makes sense. I have done the work to the point where you no longer have control over me. My tone and communication is we're working on it, baby.
And she says
we're thinking of it.
And you know what? And
I just
and it be funny.
Patience
is true, but I am also the same sign as her, so I understand when she says tone, because people say that to me all the time. They be like, "Yo, for real, legend," like the way you said it, or they reading a text message thinking I'm trying to be smart, but I'm not. I'm just really just. People get, how can I explain this? People get directness and assertive confused with attitude or aggression, or passion with negativity. So just because I'm passionate about what I'm saying and I'm straightforward on what I'm saying, it doesn't mean I have an attitude. I'm just letting you know this is what it is. But that could be also considered toxic because, again, even though I'm communicating at this level, that's not the level I should be communicating with you because I choose not to adjust. You told me it was an issue.
Real shit. I was in a whole situation and we stopped talking because she felt like that I was yelling at her. In reality, I wasn't yelling at her. I was just passionate about the topic. I would
you
even
yelling at somebody?
No, listen, I even told her because I get loud. You know what I'm saying? One thing I recognize is that, my mother speaks loud. She's from New York. She's a New Yorker. New Yorkers talk loud. You understand? Everything is big and bold. You understand? Like, that's what they do. So I inherit that same type of, when we talk about something that we love and we're passionate about, it tends to be bold. She literally stopped talking to me because she could not handle, she was like, oh my God, you're yelling at me. And in reality, I would literally tell her before I start talking, yo, I'm not yelling at you. I'm just passionate about the situation. Because I understood that she could not take certain things. So I used to tell her that just because. But yet she was still trying to turn that and use that against me. Yo, you're yelling at me. You don't know how to talk to me. Da 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 da. In reality, I'm like, yo, that's fucked up because that's not even it. But that was gaslighting for real shit.
Okay.
That was a form of gaslighting.
And gaslighting. Okay.
Yeah, that's what she was definitely.
So, do you believe that a lot of us are programmed to believe the aggression, the narcissism, the talking down is a part of what we are accustomed to, and that is why relationships are considered the new normal?
Absolutely. It's on TV everywhere. Media.
So you want to blame TV for shit that been happening for years?
I mean, my thing is that
I'm just saying.
It's not even that I'm blaming TV, right? It's like, but it's like really bold now. Like they would not normalize that on TV when we were growing up. Think about it. The only thing that was on TV normalizing fucking niggas up was on Jerry Springer. That was it. That was it. No, real shit. Not in. And then reality TV came apart. You had the Flavor Flavs, bitches fighting over Nick. Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then it became normalized.
All right. So here's my question to you to piggyback off of that for it being normalized. We all know what the problem is, right?
Okay.
And we can agree, me and you both can agree that it's in our face every day at our disposal.
24/7.
So my favorite line is, what are we going to do different to help others? We can't save everyone. So are we going to continue to be a part of the problem, or are we going to be the solution? So what are you going to do different with people around you?
Well, all I can do as a journalist, podcaster,
Damn good one at that.
Okay, appreciate you.
Yeah, ways.
I am not reposting none of that shit.
I agree.
Okay? I think we need to start there. I think, we are idolizing, we are promoting the wrong things. Like, no one's talking about Kyrie Irving and how he just had them bomb-ass moccasin shoes that he played in at the All-Star game.
I didn't see that. I'm sorry.
But those are lit. That's a part of the culture.
Send me a picture.
Like, those were lit. Like, he had, like, moccasin tennis shoes on the All-Star game. None of the guys in the studio saw that? You saw it.
They
like,
saw it.
To me, like, that was a part of the culture that's different, especially everything he been through. We normalized the wrong shit. You know what I'm saying? They not talking about, the good things that's happening in the world. They're talking about everything negative. So, as me, you know what I'm saying? I'm not about to normalize that by reposting or talk about negative things. If you follow the DZone Podcast page, all we do was promote, if it ain't about my love life. Pause, that was just only for Valentine's Day. It's literally about positive quotes, everything. Different podcasts, all of that. Like, I think that it starts with us. Everything starts with us. But I mean, it's too late. You know what I mean? It's not. I mean, it's just too late.
I agree.
It's just way.
I don't think it's too late. It only takes one. If that makes sense for certain
but
things.
to be but Legend, to be honest with you, if it took one, right, we would still have Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. We would still have our great leaders here. If it took one,
no, I'm not gonna agree with you on that.
What?
Because each person, and you, this is what we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. Everyone has a calling.
True.
We're all assigned what we're supposed to do before we even get here.
True.
So you already know when your destination. That's why when they start having those talks and start saying they see it beforehand or they know they won't make it, they're already predestined and telling you they've already saw it, but they're going to keep fighting for the cause. They don't know that. I don't know the day. I will not know the hour, but I know it is coming.
Real shit.
So they already agreed to that.
My only thing is that we as African Americans, our people, our leaders, they don't last long. That's all I'm saying.
But you know why? Because it's systematically designed.
Yes, that's all. That's just what I'm saying, is that they're against us. That's all I'm saying. I agree, but I'm just saying, like,
I agree. But again, You just keep on. The one people that you can say that has always been resilient no matter what is happening, and we reshape and we reform. We don't give ourselves enough credit for that.
Real
we
shit.
kind of just look on that. So that's also toxic, right?
Real shit.
Our mind frame of just thinking our own limitations and not understanding the God in us and our God-like
Real
nature,
shit.
that we control this.
Wow.
So if we bound together and start identifying the God in you, so instead of me saying to you, what's up, sis? Oh, this, I should be addressing you as hello, goddess, hello, the God in you, peace, God, things like that. So that way that empowers you to trigger something in your mind and vice versa. So I've been starting to try to work on that actually recently, to start addressing people as that such. So that also is toxic, our mind frames and what we were programmed to believe. It's real stuff out there.
So the question is like, you know, how do we deprogram ourselves?
What you mean?
I mean, I know. Everybody don't know.
I'm sorry. My bad. I got a little passion.
I know how to. We got
go there.
My thing is like you got to relearn. You got to
everything that you ever was taught. Understand it was a lie.
It was a lie.
It was from someone else's understanding.
Fact.
And the one thing that I don't like is when they say don't lead onto your own understanding. I think that's bullcrap, because your own understanding is what's going to make you realize what is really inside of you.
Right.
Your ori. Your ori means your higher self.
God
you
is
need to lead
within.
on that.
God is within.
Exactly.
He was
so
within.
reprogram all your thoughts. If something doesn't feel right with you, if something doesn't gravitate to you to push you in a better place to find your calling, then right then and there should be a question mark. Oh, this isn't right.
Facts. You get it. It's called, intuition. It's called intuition.
Men and women have it.
So men do have intuition. I don't know. I'm not a man.
Of
Okay.
course.
Oh,
They
yeah.
know stuff.
Oh, okay. I'm just making
They
sure.
get that feeling, but us
I did.
women,
I saw that.
it hasn't never, and another toxic thing, it's never really been safe for men to be that, really listen to their intuition.
And that is why I do my youth advocacy strictly to men.
Yes, you do.
Because I need them to know that it is okay to be sensitive. It is okay to allow themselves to express how they feel, right? Because that is important. I think, we like men grew up like saying like things like, we've been telling men, you better not cry when you fall and scrape your knee. Like, why not? The shit hurt. They are allowed to cry. It does not make you less of a man if you cried, if you shed a tear. You understand what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
You can lift more than I can. God damn it, can't you? You more manly than me. I'm just saying, like, again, and that's another topic for another day. But
and you should tap into that.
I mean, I definitely will. But my thing is like, society did that. Society
and
did that.
Made it toxic.
And made it fucking toxic.
Which is a relationship where the disconnect comes
exactly
between the brotherhood.
Yep.
Because once the brotherhood is joined, they can lead. Because us women, I'm not even going to front, we are designed to follow, and that's not a problem. But once they are united, and then we become united, instead of looking at each other as the opposite and start looking as equals, then that way we can heal that toxic brand. So that way, I tell us for our solution, for what we can do, anybody else you come and cross with, I am not your enemy.
Facts.
I want you to heal. I love you.
Facts.
Even if I don't even fuck with you like that.
Facts.
You get what I'm saying?
Facts.
That is how we kill toxic behaviors. And I'm just realizing this shit at 34, 35.
Okay. Me too.
So it takes time.
It takes time.
It takes time.
But we got to do it.
All day.
It's called work. At the end of the day, it's called work.
Work.
It's called work. All right. Is that it?
Yeah, you got about 2 minutes. So wrap it up. Tell them
All
call
right.
in. Follow you. Come on.
Already. Listen.
Drop your jewels.
I appreciate y'all. I appreciate everybody tuning in. Shout out to Sarabi Queen. That's my queen, actually. Shout out to her. Shout out to everybody who tuned in. Shout out to my second mother. Shout out to Legend, for tapping in and giving us, your opinion on everything. Listen, I need y'all to go ahead and subscribe, like, and comment on YouTube at the DZone Podcast. Also, follow us on Instagram at I am the nice one. That is my personal page. Also, follow the podcast page at the DZone Podcast. Listen, I am looking for guests. If you want to come on the DZone Podcast, feel free. Make sure you DM me at the DZone Podcast or email me at the DZone Podcast 2020@gmail.com. Listen. I need you. I want to hear about you. I want to hear about your relationships. Solely more so about relationships. Any type of relationships. I want to highlight that on the DZone. Okay? Because we need to strengthen relationships out here in the DMV area. And that means Baltimore too. All right? All right. So that was me? That was everybody. All right, listen, I appreciate y'all. I really do. Listen, make sure you, like I said, follow me and keep it locked right here on the DZone for the next episode. It's going to be crazy. I got some crazy guests coming in here. Peace, love, and happiness, man. I love y'all. Thank you.